Hello and welcome. I am here to tell you about powerful argument for God's existence. It goes like this. There has to be a truth, because if there was no truth, then that would be the new truth. The truth has to be knowable for it to be true. Otherwise, there is no way to tell if it's true or not. And God is an infinite being, meaning that if God didn't exist, to be able to know that God didn't exist, you would need infinite knowledge. But to have infinite knowledge, you would have to be God. And so even if God doesn't exist, it's impossible to know that God doesn't exist. And therefore it cannot be true. Now there are some objections to this argument. You can, for example, try to prove that it's impossible to define God. Because if you prove that something is impossible to define, then you can prove that it doesn't exist. Even if it's impossible to find out about it. Like a square circle, for example. We can't scan the entire universe for a square circle, but we can prove that it doesn't exist because it's logically impossible. Because it's a contradiction. But God does not contain any contradiction. There is no contradiction in an infinite being. There is nothing that says that a being can't be infinite. There is also another objection, and that is that truth doesn't have to be unknowable. That there can be truths that are completely unknowable. That truth is just accurate information, and that there might exist information that it's impossible for any mind to get access to. But the thing is that just because something is impossible for us to access doesn't mean that it's completely impossible. It can still be possible to know, at least in theory, with the right methods and the right access and the right power and so on. And if God is possible, then God can know everything. Also, if truth is just accurate information, then that would mean that something can't be true before there's any information in it about it. That doesn't make any sense, because things can be true before there is any information about it. Information doesn't make anything true. The information just describes reality. So it's reality that makes things true. So the truth is more than just accurate information. And the truth is what it is. The truth is the truth is that which does not contradict itself. The truth is God. You can say, what about an infinite rock? Does that also have to exist? Well, no, because a rock cannot be infinite, because a rock is finite. It has a beginning and an end. And so there is a contradiction with defining a rock as infinite, but there is no contradiction in defining a God as infinite. So yes, this is my argument, and the objections to it.